Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 2nd of December 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the animal tarot cards for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Thursday and what the day is going to look like. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle these a few times and then I'm going to choose 3 cards to see what Thursday is all about. So let's have a look. Okay, so the first card is the 9 of Summer. That's the 9 of Cups. Then the 4 of Winter. That's the 4 of Swords. And finally, the 2 of Summer. Wow, okay. So the message I'm getting here is that you may feel like the world has conspired against you in some way. Groups of people, organizations, you may be hearing a lot of no, and you may feel somewhat rejected, and it's you against everybody else. So it feels like your hopes and dreams, they've been put on ice somewhat, and that can be very disappointing and frustrating. But the cards are saying keep pushing, because you'll be able to get to a place of love and healing and connection, and you do find something that it is you want on this day. So it's very much about continuing on and having perseverance and stamina until you get to a happy, loving place in your life. And it's important not to let yourself be put off and to react badly when things don't go your way, because if you feed into the negativity and the disappointment, the cards are saying that you're going to create a lot more problems by doing that. So there is a reward kind of waiting for you at the end of the day, but the test, so to speak, is whether you give in to frustration and a sense of being hard done by, and like it's you against everybody else. So with that, immediately, I think an easy way to navigate that is to ask yourself who you can reach out to on this day. Who can you ask for help if you feel like you need it, so you don't feel like you're completely on your own. And also spiritually checking in with yourself and connecting and saying, you know, I do have my guides, my angels with me. I'm not by myself. And then you're reducing the pressure of these first 2 cards. So the 9 of Summer, we've got this Pomeranian here. Now's the time when your dreams come true. And then them falling asleep kind of means that they seem to be delayed, and that's why it's irritating. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude for all that you have and all that's still yet to come. So stay in a positive space. I think it's not just the how that's unclear, how my dream's going to become a reality, but also the when. So if it's not going to happen today, then when will it happen? And there may seem to be a major delay and like nothing is moving forward. And that could then prompt you to give things a bit of a push by speaking up in a way that's forceful and less than pleasant or friendly. And I get the sense that it's best to focus on the sweet stuff in your life and to avoid negativity. I really don't see it being particularly helpful. You know, sometimes negativity is required. If you have paid for a job to be done very specifically and you don't like the final product when you go look at it, by just saying, oh yeah, everything's wonderful and great, that's not going to help you make the amendments to the image that you initially ordered, right? So sometimes it's important to express a negative opinion or to be very forthright and clear. But today, it's not about being forthright. It's about hurt feelings and disappointment that you're not getting exactly what it is you want, and that things have kind of cooled down to the point where you feel like a little bit at sea. And that's got nothing to do with factual information. That's you just kind of blowing off steam and saying, I'm frustrated, I'm going to try and blame someone else, or I'm going to take it out on someone else. So if you find yourself going down that road, then just put on the brakes, back up a bit, and focus on the good stuff. And if any negativity absolutely has to be dealt with, then deal with it later on in the day, or if you can possibly move it, then move it somewhere else, because I don't see a breakthrough happening. With the 4 of Winter here, this is usually a card where you see a knight lying in church and there's a stained glass window, and he's holding a sword, and he's kind of contemplating and meditating and asking for blessing and support before he jumps off into battle, into action. Here we've got a koala taking a nap. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring the answers you seek. So I'm saying, yes, have just left foot, right foot, keep going and focus on the good stuff. They're saying that don't overanalyze the negatives and don't try and figure it out in order to complete it. The peace and the stamina that you want and that you need on this day, that comes from going within and seeing how wonderful and fluffy and adorable and amazing you are on the inside. And I really mean that. I mean, I'm saying it kind of jokingly because it's a Pomeranian, but it's about seeing the value in yourself rather than looking at what's going on in your external life and saying, this is too slow, this isn't the way I want, and getting really frustrated. Focus on the good stuff that resides in you, and you'll get a sense of peace. And that's what's going to help you to make a decision by doing it based on your feelings as well as your thoughts in a way that is trying to get you somewhere positive. Anything to do with retaliation or I'm acting because I'm afraid or dissatisfied, put that on hold as much as you can and kind of let this energy shift away before you do make any big decisions. Finally, the Two of Summer. We've got the Lovebird. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. So this now relates specifically to people who are in a relationship that seem to be ideal and wonderful, and something has gone off track recently. Like the relationship is asleep. Maybe you just can't speak to each other very well at the moment, or intimacy has gone out the window, or you have no clear plan for where the relationship or the marriage is going. This is saying that if you keep a positive frame of mind when it comes to that relationship particularly, you may receive some sort of healing or understanding in that relationship, and it's important not to give up because you can save it and improve it and turn things around. But I also think that anything, so relationship or not relationship, where you feel like things have come to a halt and they're not moving forward the way they should be, if you still care for this thing that you're doing, and obviously you do, because if it's not moving and you're frustrated, then obviously there's an emotional investment. Don't give up, I think, is the key phrase here. Keep going. Sooner or later, you will bump into something positive that gives you some hope, or you meet someone who does help and support you in getting things moving again. Or the whole process of struggling with this slower pace connects you with someone new, and there's a wonderful kind of relationship or new beginning that comes into your life. It's not to do with the original issue that you're dealing with, but it comes up via those circumstances. And ultimately, the reward of the day is saying that if you don't give up, you'll be given a wonderful connection with another person, or you'll be able to get things moving again, or some sort of new person or thing appears in your life and makes you feel less alone. And that's the promise of the day, in the sense that if you keep going, you're not going to be standing there at the end of the day dissatisfied. You'll be richer and you'll feel more abundant and more connected, and you'll be happy that you kept pushing and that you didn't let yourself become discouraged. I think that's the key thing to watch out for. So number-wise, we've got 9 and 4 is 13, and 2 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So you can find something that you have love for or that you fall in love with. But there is also the opportunity to say, I failed and I'm letting myself be beaten down by this and I feel downtrodden. Then you really get things stuck, or things really do get stuck. And the opportunity is to get things moving again, even if they do come to a halt, by not not resting and continuing on, that's going to give you the opportunity to find this positive thing that's coming at you on this day. So I hope you have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.